are up ahead. Play it safe, no sudden breaks. Yeah. Straight roads are up ahead. Ooh, soon there be no stoplights on red. Yeah. Soon there be no dark clouds.
Hi, my name is Natalie with Wagwan Road Entertainment.
And I'm Aaliyah with Caribbean Passport News Magazine. And we're here today with Grammy-nominated reggae artist Julian Marley.
Julian Marley, first let me thank you for taking the time out to do this interview and, talk with us.
Thanks for having me. Much love and respect to everyone. Yeah.
And I'm assuming you're feeling good about your new album, right?
Yes, a lot of work put in, so yeah, we're feeling great about the release and, the receptance and stuff like that.
So the album, the digital version, was just released on the 25th, correct?
Yes, that's correct, yes.
And you're releasing the actual album in February?
No, well, the album is released, it's released, but you mean CD-wise? Yes, February. Yeah.
So before we jump into it, I know it's February, and February is a very important month, when it comes to Reggae Month, Black History, your father's birthday, all that. So is there a particular reason why you chose to release the CD in that month?
Not really. Everything just happened naturally. I mean, originally I've been working on this album for the last 2 years. So at one point I thought it would be last year, but it never happened last year. So it's all right. So everything just happened, naturally. And that's how it goes, Yeah, new album out and right on our History Month, African History Month, Reggae History Month. So it's good,
Okay. So I mean, I've listened to a few of the songs. I can admit I haven't listened to every one of them, but I've heard some very interesting songs on there. And this is your fourth album, correct? Fourth. Okay, so you published your first album back in '93. Correct me if I'm wrong. 96, right?
Not far from 93, but yeah. 96.
And that album is actually what got you the jump start into the musical career. And I see you have done a lot of tours. And is that when you actually first start traveling with the first album?
Well, not really. I mean, I want to tell you, the first show I ever do, I was probably 14, and that was a show in Paris. Just one show, first show, not in your homeland, but you go away to Paris, and perform. So we kind of started performing. But even before then, I used to sing with a little group in Miami. Them used to be called Copacetic, And I used to sing Coconut Grove all around the place, weekends. So that's from 13, 14. So really making music on the professional level now, it was early 20s.
Okay. So you said 13, 14, and by saying that, I remember you traveled to Israel at age of 13, right?
With the Melody Makers, So that was a great experience.
Did you perform when you was there, or you just traveled with them?
Yeah, just travel. And then obviously finally got to play there 2 years ago. So that was first time going there was 1988. That was, And then the second time, was just 2 years ago. So full circle, and we get to perform this time,
How do you feel about performing in there? What kind of reaction did you get from the crowd there, or do you feel that you made an impact on the crowd there?
I mean, first of all, the people gravitate to the music deeply, When you go there, first of all, them love Bob Marley over there. So you get to find out, the reggae culture is here, So when we go, being that they know we are Rasta, Lion of Judah, and the whole connection between, Christ and Rastafari, and they know our connection. So it's a warm acceptance. So yeah, they love it there. They love the music.
For comparison reason, because I know you perform a lot of places, compared to other countries that you've performed versus, the Caribbean community like Jamaican here, which would you say give you the most reaction or show them? Because, sometimes, you play here, we already know the reggae, but when you go to another country, it's a different reaction. So how would you compare the reaction from different countries?
I mean, first, like we just coming from New Zealand like 2 weeks ago, you know. So in New Zealand, we found out that we were the only reggae band from Jamaica or from this side of the world. And everyone, all the rest of the bands was New Zealand bands. So obviously you say, wow, all these people have the culture. So it's like, you know, we don't even know how great the music is outside of our own little circle, you know. And to be able to spread that message and, you know what I mean, keep the music alive is something very important that we, as even Jamaican musicians and anyone who say them I play reggae music, you know, it's something serious, you know. Yeah.
Speaking of reggae music, because we were actually discussing your album, and I mean, like I said, I only listened to a few songs, but she has listened to more, and she had pointed out some of the songs when you said reggae. I know there's like what you say, different genre of music on that album.
Yes. Well, you see, I love all kind of music. You know, I grew in a musical home. So my mother grew. First of all, my father's a musician. But on top of that, my mother loved to dance and she loved music. So growing up in a house of, I mean, whatever genre of music, she have it, you know. But she's a reggae, she's roots still, but she love a lot of different music. So growing up in London, you get a whole heap of different influences, you know. And obviously throughout my growing up years, you had reggae was hitting up in England, you know, and then you had these other kind of crossover reggae bands back in the days, like obviously Sting, which was called The Police back in the days, which was giving you a reggae feel. So we pick up a lot of different influence, jazz, classical, you know what I mean, Fela Kuti, you name it, whatever, you know, we love all music. So a lot of this inspiration ends up coming out, you know, in the music here and there.
I mean, yeah, a lot of inspiration. I mean, what was the title of that one song? Because, like I said, I listened to two, but the one that you mentioned.
What's New Pussycat? Was that?
That one caught your attention.
Yeah, that one caught our
That
attention.
it was-
Stood out.
it's-
And the one with Shaggy too. That one stood out as well.
Yeah.
We loved them, but they didn't strike us as classical reggae. We liked that about them though.
Yeah.
That they stood out on the album.
That's a part of the other musical love, you know. Whether you was listening some early rock and roll or whether you was listening to ska beat or whatever beat, you know. So that's just another part. Yeah, I mean, Pussycat, as we say, is a Tom Jones song. And even before knowing it was Tom Jones, I was listening to Scatterlights featuring Bob Marley and the Wailers, and they sang that song. So I have a couple songs that I play, and it's like, I just, you know, sometimes some songs give you energy, you know. So that was one of those kind of songs. I was like, you know, I'm gonna hit this one over, and we just did it like that, you know. Yes.
You know, because so basically, you know, being a part of the Marley family is mostly cultural music. I don't know, is that like a family tradition, or do you normally, you know, try to go out and do something different other than just strictly, you know, culture?
Something different.
You know, like different genres, like how you play on your album, because you know it's mostly the cultural. That's what most people expect when they hear Bob Marley.
Well,
but
love
then
is culture too. Dancing is culture. So no matter what we sing, we're still singing about. No matter what song it is, it's something about for all of us. It's not like individual. So it's still a culture song. And yes, our life has been, as we say, ordained to, like, you know, sing this message. And even from whenever I can remember writing my first song. It never made no sense, but if you look at the words, Babylon's crumbling immediately from ages of 12, you know. And like my brothers, everyone, you know, you kind of grow with this consciousness in you, you know. Yeah. And through the music of our Father is around you, like you can't miss it, you know. It connects, you know, with the soul.
and that is true. That is true. That's what brings me back to my favorite, you know, the Straighter Road. That's the one. That's the one that draws my attention. And I mean, if you mind, you can elaborate on it. You know, the meaning and the message that you're trying to send with that song.
Well, you know, as we put it in, like the road of life, you know, because even if you drive out on the road, you can use a street as how the world is today. You know what I'm saying? People driving crazy, and then you listen on the news, people doing crazy things. So okay, if everyone was on a consciousness, the road would be smooth, the new everything will be smooth. So it's just another way of analyzing and putting it how you see the world today. And I see the world, you know, yeah, straighter roads are up ahead, play it safe, no sudden breaks. Because the minute you touch a sudden breaks on the ice, they crash. So this is the road of life. Everyone is in this road of life, and you have to just do the best you can. You have to do the good. You have to do good, and you have to keep on trying. So it's a fully inspirational kind of song. Yes.
Do you have a personal favorite song on the album, like Natalie does, or?
No, I don't really have a favorite one. I can't say I have a favorite one, but there, you have ones that like meaningful, like Magic of Love, something like that is just like, yeah, we're not talking about this and that. We're talking about something within the depths of this. So, but I don't have a favorite like that. There's only some songs may touch you differently.
Yeah.
So, what actually influenced the title of the album itself?
Well, the first thing that influenced the title was not having any title. And listen, I'm vibing to the music and saying, well, hear what now? This is a body of music which is different. And if you can't really have a title that is leaning to the left or leaning to the right. You have to be over everything. So the whole thing was, this inspiration is different. You might not have heard rhythms like this from me before, and you might hear ska, funk, dancehall, jazz, so that is called As I Am, because it's what I love and it's the inspiration that comes out of me. So that's that's the best what we could do, As I Am.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe it's a part of you that nobody have ever seen before with those type of music. So that actually shows a different side of you, letting everyone know that, listen, this is who I am, right?
True, exactly. Yes.
Well, I mean, I like it. It gives me a different view because, like I said, if you hear the name and you listen to most of the music, it's only one thing you think about. Yeah, well, that's who he is. That's what he do. So it definitely shows a different side, and have me practicing some moves that I haven't tried to do in a long time. I haven't heard back before I was born. So I like that. I like that. Now with these. Because I was thinking maybe if you were trying to branch out into, different music, because I don't know if you noticed with dancehall artists, they're actually coming, like with the new Alkaline, have you heard that one? Coming with some cultural mix as well. So it's like they're actually coming into...
It's like, it's like when you have your gold right here, and you're not really... you're not really paying attention. You don't even realize there's a real goal, and you're going over there to find the next goal. When, you have your goal. So our goal is this reggae music that no matter what we do, you can't own another person's culture or music. You have to bring your culture, share the culture, but don't disown your culture to the max. So now we see the music coming around, and it's the same roots music that, we've been playing for all of these, you know what I mean? From ever since, there's roots. So to see it coming around, we love that. It's a new excitement. And it's like, okay, now we can come out now. Now we can be like, all right, we're ready now? Because we've been, this is Root. Remember the Roots? We've been playing the Roots from, so it's great, But I haven't heard the song yet, but I know exactly the kind of thing we're talking about, Yes.
I mean, I think it's a good look. And with your album, it pretty much... I think it paves the way for other artists that know that they can actually go outside the box. You don't really have to stick to just dancehall or stick. It's okay to do something different.
What we say is be yourself. Do what you want to do. So sometimes some people start out, who knows, but you have to be who you are. Sing your, So like for me, when I was making this album, I didn't listen to nothing really than some organic music. When I mean organic, is like some way back music. And it still bring new music because everyone is still going back. If you listen to other tracks, the same bass line from 1969. So true, I've been listening to that music from whenever. The creation is here, and the feeling is here. So we can create 1969 without you ever heard that bass line before. So it's a thing of, so it's like, as we say, we want the people, our new musicians and artists, more get into their own selves and bring out yourself, because that's where it's at. Can't be nobody else than yourself, you know.
I mean, I guess being yourself and doing you is what actually got you nominated. Because I noticed you was nominated back in what 2009. I might get the dates wrong, but don't hold me against that, okay? For what's that? Your third album, right?
Yes, yes, that was Awake. Yeah.
Yeah, The Wake. So how do you feel about being nominated with?
I mean, it feel good to know, so your music reaching out to the people and it's getting heard, and you can know, say, nice. You know, it started from, you coming up the level from school days till you can, establish yourself. So it was a very, great feeling to know, say, yes, at least you're doing something right, and the people them can love it. So now, as we said, the new album, As I Am, is here again, and we are here to promote and to be with the fans and to be playing the music right across.
Well, I think you chose the right songs to promote. Like I said, it's kind of like an unexpected. When you listen to it, you're like, okay, this is what I'm gonna hear. But
it's the same positive message throughout the songs.
Exactly.
Throughout all of the music. That's the one.
You could be in the kitchen cooking, you're dancing, and the next thing you know, you start skanking. I'm like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Reggae was recently added to UNESCO's list of culturally intangible objects, and basically that gives reggae a protected status, and similar to other genres of music that have been around a little longer than reggae, but now reggae has been acknowledged on that worldwide platform. How do you think of that as an artist?
Well, I think I agree with it. It's like, in other words, reggae music is the music of the suffering people from left, right, north, no matter where you go. It's the music of the upliftment, the freedom music. Anywhere you go in the world, people draw this reggae music to them and say these are the kind of music that has been helping them all these years to go through many different situations in life. So when I hear that, I'm saying yes. Another thing of yes, about time, because reggae music is tailored cut, especially for humanitarian reasons, So yes, we love it. Thank you, Yeah, thanks.
I mean, it's a lot of things that we don't know about reggae, and based on your album, listening to all the songs, your brothers. I know you've done music with the brothers as well.
Yeah.
Is there any a new song, anything upcoming songs that you're planning on doing? You guys are planning on doing recent?
Anything is possible to be done. Put it that way, to be done ASAP.
Is that a hint?
It can be, but don't yeah. It can be.
Okay, I'll take it as it can be.
Just like As I Am, it can be. Yeah. It can be. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we always making music, but sometimes always for fun. Unless it's like someone say, we have a serious program. But sometimes we're always doing stuff, But right now, as we say, everyone has been kind of focused on some other projects until we get that little moment to get together and really, put something to the table.
I'm sensing something new coming to the table as well. I'm sensing. Well,
So are there any upcoming performances where people are going to be able to hear this album live that you are excited about, or?
Well, we have Kaya Fest coming up. 9 Mile Fest is coming up also. So hopefully we'll be doing some stuff, and coming up.
I'll be there.
All right.
any message, anything you would like to say in regards to the overall release and all that?
Well, we have a few videos out, we have Straighter Roads, Hey Jack, Are You the One? So we have 3 videos out right now. Latest one is Hey Jack, So that's what we're kind of working with at the moment as a freshest release. And, this album is just upliftment for all the people, We made it with full heart, open heart for everyone, no special person or people. So check it out, Each song was naturally, it's just an inspiration and come. It's not like, who can we get? It's not like one of those ones. It's one like, this song, I hear somebody, Beanie Man. And then you make a link and him say, yeah. And it's like natural. Same with Shaggy. When you listen to that song, It's just only Shaggy voice I could really hear. I mean, you could hear about anyone, but I'm still, you can know, say yes. That's Shaggy kind of vibes, you know.
If you guys go ahead and check out the album As I Am, by Julian Marley. And that album is for everyone, not an individual, like you said, everyone. So I do thank you so much for taking out the time and talk to us. Thank you, we appreciate it.
I want to do a quick thank you to A2F Studios for lending us this studio space. You can follow them at A2F Studios.
Oh yeah. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Straight roads are up ahead. Play it safe, no sudden breaks. Yeah. Straight roads are up ahead. Ooh, soon there be no stoplights on red.